Hey there. My name is Ken Tracy, and I'm coming at you on a Sunday morning from Naperville, Illinois. It is, like I said, Sunday morning. It is Thanksgiving week, so I think it's November 24th. Naperville, Illinois, I'll give you a quick spin, is a town of about 150,000 people, about 35 miles west of Chicago. And the reason that's relevant is I had a thought today, and I wanted to do a quick series while I was thinking called Why Every Man that's 18 years old should buy a new car and live in it. And I laugh when I say that, but I really kind of mean it. And I'm a 56-year-old guy. I'm twice divorced. I've got a lot of child support, a lot of financial responsibilities. I've struggled in a lot of ways, mentally and health-wise, with my own sobriety over the last most of my lifetime, and realized probably the biggest pressure most of us have on us in our lives is our financial health. And I look back on my life and the decisions I made following the typical dream, going to college, renting an apartment, buying a home, getting married, having kids, and look back on it and some of the mistakes I've made and what I am doing now that would have put me in a world better of a position financially. And so I just wanted to do a quick video about it. I am standing right outside of Starbucks where I got this cup of coffee. And this is my 2025 Kia Soul that I bought about 3 weeks ago. And it's going to be really relevant to my story. And this is going to be a short story for you, but bear with me. Try and do it as best as I can as I get into my car and then talk a little bit more. I bought this car about 3 weeks ago. And again, I'm a twice divorced man, have a ton of financial responsibilities, have had a lot of high financial highs and financial lows in my lifetime. And I'm looking back on my experience and thinking, what could I have done differently? And I think back, I did fairly well in high school. I went to college, went to University of Illinois, graduated, got a job, was a stockbroker, started out not making a ton of money, but went on and, again, had highs and lows, but always had a lot of expenses in my life. And 2 or 3 years ago, I got married and divorced for a second time, and I was switching careers. I was leaving a career as a realtor and started bouncing around, drowning in debt, trying to cover my expenses, and bounced around over the last couple of years trying to figure out what I should do. I actually rode a scooter out to Yellowstone this summer and worked there for a couple months as a waiter because they put me up in a dormitory and housed me and fed me for $500 a month, and I worked hard as a waiter. But in that time, I've now come back to the Midwest. I moved right into an extended stay, and I go, hey, this feels great. I got a roof over my head, I've got cable, I've got air conditioning, I got a shower, I got a kitchenette. But what I really didn't take into the equation was I also had a $2,000 a month expense for housing. And I don't think that, I think we all just assume that we have to spend a huge amount of money on our housing every month, and we're okay with it. But holy smokes, at $2,000 a month, you know, that's over $30,000 a year in income that you're spending on housing. You know, that's a lot of money. Anyway, a few weeks ago, I was sitting here going, all right, I got to set expenses. I'm working as a waiter. I'm doing fairly well. I'm trying to keep my head above water, paying child support. Don't own a car. At this point, I owned a scooter. I was riding around. The weather was getting colder. And I go, crap, what am I going to do? And I'm sitting there, and I go, the two words came into my mind, and it was Kia Soul. I didn't know what a Kia Soul looked like. I had a buddy mention they were pretty low-priced cars. I looked it up, and I said, wow, they're $21,000, $22,000. I wonder if they would let me buy one. I had spotty credit. I had volatile income history. I was working as a waiter, was living in an extended stay. And I went out that morning to a Kia dealership in town, talked to the Kia salesman, talked to the finance guy, to the sales department, talked to everybody, explained to them my situation. They got me into a Kia Soul, a 2025 new Kia Soul, and it cost me about $450 a month. It would be cheaper for most of you because most of you have probably better credit than I and better income history and what have you. But so I had to pay a high interest rate and still bought the car for $450 a month with spotty credit and spotty income. I stayed in the extended stay for one more week, and I was spending about $60 a night with my car parked out in front of the extended stay. And it cost me about $400 for that week to sleep in the extended stay. And I will tell you what, 1 week after that, I go, I can't keep doing this. Let's see how it feels to try sleeping in my car. I got a new car. It's a nice car, a lot of headroom, a lot of things I love about it. It's mobile. It's like a little mini camper, if you will. And this might sound crazy to most of you. But I'll tell you what, in the last 2 weeks, I've saved $1,000 on housing expenses. I joined a gym. I shower every day. I go to work every day. I'm easily covering my financial expenses. I'm less stressed. And I am so excited about where I'm going. And let me tell you, I titled this video, and I might do a series about it, why every 18-year-old man should buy a new car and live in it. I think they should. If you're an 18-year-old guy, you're just rolling out of high school, you could go to college, you could get a job, you could do a number of things, you could rent an apartment. I'll tell you what. You go find a way to buy a new car, a fairly low-priced car like this Kia Soul. It's nothing fancy, but it is functional as hell. Your payments will be $400 or $500 a month or whatever. You commit to living in it. What that'll cost you is a $20 sleeping bag, that I bought at Walmart, a $25 heating blanket, a $70 this was $150 little power station to keep your heating blanket on at night. Cost you maybe $50 to $100 in a gym membership. You'll still have $400 or so a month in food expenses. You'll have $100 a month in car insurance and $100 a month in cell phone. So given your car payments, your insurance, and everything I just mentioned, your total costs are going to be maybe $1,200 or $1,300 a month. You can work anywhere. You can work for $15 an hour, 40 hours a week. That's $600 a month. Even after taxes, it's probably $500 a month. You're going to be bringing in $2,000 a month at a $15 an hour job and able to save $500-$600 a month. And I was just doing the math. You get a minimal job as a waiter somewhere. You make between $20 and $50 an hour as a waiter. You bring maybe $750 to $1,250 a week as a waiter. You're bringing in $5,000 a month. Your total costs are $1,200 still. You could put in the bank $2,000 or $3,000 a month. $2,000 or $3,000 a month into the bank, into savings, saving up money for a down payment on a house, whatever the heck retirement, whatever you want to save for. You could save $2,000 or $3,000 a month. You'd work out every day. You'd have a job. You'd be learning things. You could save for a future business idea. And there is so much the world will open up to you. I am telling you, 18-year-old men, Go buy a car, sleep in it for a month, see how it works for you, see how much money you can set aside every week, every month, and see where you are in 6 months. I'll bet you have 20 grand in the bank. You won't be buried in debt. You'll be feeling good. You'll be excited. And suddenly, you won't be borrowing from the bank. You will be the bank. You fast forward 5 years, you got a couple $100,000 saved, and you're waiting tables. And you got a new car that you're driving around, and you're working out every day because you got to go to the gym to shower. I am telling you. It works. It works. I'm not saying everybody should do it, but I think an 18-year-old man, it's so much easier than most people think. Most people can't even comprehend the idea because we're told that we gotta rent an apartment. When you rent an apartment in my town, a one-bedroom apartment costs $1,600 a month. What do you do in that one-bedroom apartment? You sleep, you shower, you eat, and you kind of hang out. And you accumulate stuff that you aren't going to need in life that's just going to tie you down. And I will tell you what, 3 weeks ago I bought this Kia Soul. I've been sleeping in it for 2. I've saved $1,000 in that 2 weeks. I'm on top of all my financial responsibilities. I'm bringing in more money than I'm spending for the first time in my life. And I cannot tell you how excited to see where I'll be in 6 months. And I'm about to go to work. I work in 8 minutes. I'm going to drive my car to my restaurant, park my car, go in, wait tables, have a great attitude, not be stressed about the size of tips or the busyness of the restaurant or whatever, because I'm working and that money's just extra, because I don't even need it, because I am not tied down or buried in debt. And I will tell you what, I wake up every night warm in my sleeping bag with my electric blanket going, I'm not stressed out at all because I got more money than I know what to do with right now, or at least I'm not rolling in it. I'm still waiting tables, but I'm telling you, I'm bringing in more than I'm spending. And I will tell you what, it feels good. And if you're an 18-year-old guy out there and you're wondering what you want to do, give it a try. You'll be driving around in a new car. You can work anywhere you want. You can do any job you want, and you'll be able to afford it. Heck, I'm a 56-year-old man. I'm paying child support to 2 ex-wives to cover 4 beautiful kids, and I'm able to do it. But if I was 18, I wouldn't have those expenses, and you would be saving up so much money so quickly. The world certainly looks different when you're bringing in more money than you're spending. So if you're out there and you're wondering, how are you going to do it? What type of job's going to cover all your costs? I'm telling you, go buy a new car, get a Kia Soul. I think it'd open your eyes to the world. It would teach you things you didn't know. It would show you what's important and what isn't important. And you would be able to cover your costs very easily going forward. And I'll tell you what, I've been doing it for 3 weeks and it feels great. And if you're out there, you're wondering what to do, give it a try. You know, worst case, you can go rent in another apartment in a week if you hate it. But I think you'd be surprised how easy it is, how nice it is, how often you go to the gym, how much you work out, how good you feel, making more money than you're spending. And And I want to thank you so much for joining today. I'll probably do a series on this because I'll come up with other ideas. I might show you what I have actually bought along the way and what lessons I've learned. But I'll tell you what, I'm feeling good. And I hope you're feeling good. And I hope you're excited about your day. And I hope whether you're in a house, you're in an apartment, you're in a car, I hope you're feeling good with where you're at and you're loving yourself and you're forgiving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.